Since the initial release of Hotline Miami back in 2012, there have been several games that have looked to build on the popularity of the top-down, room clear genre, often with mixed success, and that's pretty much the category that Mr. Shifty falls into. You play as Mr. Shifty, an elusive thief who is on a job to steal a rare item from a high-rise tower. Although this isn't the most original idea for a gameplay loop, it works well. This is mostly due to the genuinely funny comments that some characters will send you. In fact, I often felt like I was playing through an 80s action movie with cheesy, tongue-in-cheek dialogue. The game boasts originality for its gameplay. Mr. Shifty is no ordinary thief. Instead, he has the ability to blink short distances. This allows you to flank unsuspecting enemies or quickly evade an overwhelming situation. It's no doubt that the gameplay in Mr. Shifty is its strongest attribute. As you play through the different stages, you'll be challenged with new enemies to take on, each bringing a new dynamic, from quick-firing machine gunners to oversized multi-hit goons. Most enemies require a unique approach to safely take them down. If you combine the variety of enemies with the game's puzzle elements, then you'd think that developers Team Shifty are onto a winner, and for the first half of the game they are. Mr. Shifty plays out over 18 stages. The first 8 to 10 stages each feel very different, and this is despite the regurgitated, dull office environments that you play through. This is no doubt due to continuous increase in both difficulty and balance between combat and puzzle mechanics. Unfortunately, the second half of the game does not carry the same exciting pace that the first half sets out. On many occasions, Mr. Shifty tries to ramp up the difficulty by simply throwing in more enemies, and this just feels like a cheap way of creating a challenge. Also, the excellent puzzle elements that regularly pop up in the first half are almost redundant in the latter stages, which in turn ends up making the combat feel like a real grind. My first playthrough took around 3 hours, but felt more like 5 to 6. Upon finishing the game, there is little reason to return to the slick, evasive and enjoyable combat. I was genuinely amazed to see the absence of leaderboards within the game. With its arcade-style stages, I cannot believe that developers Team Shifty didn't include some sort of scoring system that combines your stage score with the amount of deaths, providing you with a score to compare against friends or the rest of the world. This may come later in an update, but at the moment it feels like a real missed opportunity. The first half of Mr. Shifty's fast and fluid gameplay is seriously fun to play. The addition of simple but challenging puzzles creates the perfect respite between the strategic and over-the-top combat. However, the excellent opening to the room clear action game ends up becoming the game's own worst enemy. The second half has a very tough time keeping up with the pace previously set, and it doesn't take long for the gameplay to start feeling stale. Combine this with the surprising absence of stage scoring system or any type of leaderboards, and there's very reason to turn to Mr. Shifty after finishing its mediocre campaign.